Hey everyone, this is Austin here with another development update for our survival horror game, SCP Fragmented Minds. Now, in the last devlog, which we linked in the description, we talked about SCP-610's new sounds and animations, showed off some new UI elements, discussed tweaks to the core combat system, and went over the implementation of the new cryo grenades. In this devlog though, we're going to talk about SCP-058 and its new sounds and animations, the new first-person camera system, and then go over more community questions before wrapping it up with the launch date for the demo and Kickstarter. Now, we're currently in a weird spot when it comes to environments since the demo is launching next month, and we don't want to completely spoil the environments, so we're going to keep it light for this devlog in terms of showing off new environmental zones, and let you guys explore them in the demo and Kickstarter video. However, let's start off with something I never thought I'd talk about in a devlog, but let's go over the petting animations. So, these animations of us petting various creatures originally started as a joke, but after over 2 million of you watched them and absolutely loved them on TikTok, we decided some of them must be included. Now, while we are a horror game through and through, I can 100% confirm that petting animations will be an Easter egg in the full game, and that you can expect to see at least one petting animation in the demo, but you'll have to find it. Now, let's go ahead and talk about SCP-058. So, SCP-058 is now fully animated and implemented in-game with 11 unique animations and sounds, and the sound design for this creature revolved around it being a smaller, grunt-like enemy that quickly scurries around. But let's go ahead and take a listen to the animations and sounds for SCP-058. Now, there are multiple instances of 058, and we do explain this in-game, so make sure to look around to find out why this is the case. However, the creature also features the creepy whispering that it's known for, and this will play as you encounter them in-game, and will also alert you to their presence. And they're also able to jump at you to reach higher areas, so just getting onto some boxes won't save you from their sting attack, which also has a chance to apply a poison status effect if you don't block it. Now, speaking of blocking, the shield blockout model that we all know and love has been replaced by the actual model for the shield, which includes the new grappling hook. This shield will be extremely useful since it will allow you to parry attacks from enemies, block damage, and also use it to push enemies back to stun them for a short amount of time. However, the most useful mechanic for the shield is the ability to use the grapple to move to different areas in a room extremely quickly to avoid enemies or reach certain areas that would otherwise be unreachable. Now, a common note from our playtesters was that combat and some of the animations felt a bit stiff, so to remedy this, we have since created a new camera system to allow for inertia to sway your camera in different directions to create a more fluid experience when swinging your axe or shield around, as well as when you take damage to make it very apparent. This will also help illustrate the player's stunning mechanic that has also been revamped. The map for the demo is pretty large, and there are several new environments for you to explore as you make your way through. However, there is one special environment that we'll show off, and that is the new container warehouse zone that will feature a lot of movement and interaction with the world, and more zones like this will be shown off in the Kickstarter trailer too, so be on the lookout for that when it launches. Now, we decided to give our grenades some love, and we have made a completely new model for both the normal grenades and the cryo grenades, and you can find these models in-game, and the frag grenades will be incredibly helpful for killing tougher SCPs, since they function like impact grenades and will detonate when they come into contact with anything organic. And as for the cryo grenades, they'll function as a means to slow down hordes of enemies and allow you to quickly do a ton of damage to them before they thaw, as well as allowing you to escape their aggro. Now, one of the creatures, known as SCP-058, has gotten an enhancement to its AI, and it will now choose to use its powerful acid attack from a distance rather than deciding to peck at you up close. And this makes the creature more of a support enemy and also a ranged enemy that will track you even as you move around the environment, so not even your grappling hook can always save you. However, if it's unsuccessful in using its acid, or you get too close, 3199 will divert to its secondary peck attack, which also does a very good amount of damage. But let's go ahead now and get into some more community questions that we've seen across our social media. Remember, if you have a burning question you'd like to ask, go ahead and leave a comment down below and we'll answer it there or in another video. So for question number 1, what platforms are you launching the game on? So the game's going to be coming to PC and Xbox, and we're unsure about PlayStation at this moment since our listener requirements are way different than Xbox. And unfortunately the game won't be coming to mobile since it's simply not possible to port it over. And at the moment we're not sure about Steam Deck or Switch, but we're going to be looking into those more as time progresses. So for question number 2, is the game free and how can I get it? So the game won't be free, but you get it on Kickstarter when it launches next month, $15 by being an early bird to the Kickstarter. Now, if you follow the page, you can get it day 1 and secure that sweet deal. However, the game will be available on Steam given the campaign goes well and hits the goal, and we have a ton of cool stuff planned for other tiers though, so be sure to check those out on the page when it goes live. So for question number 3, is there going to be a multiplayer? Yes, we plan on launching a test multiplayer mode with the early access of the game, which will happen a couple months after Kickstarter. Now we want to focus on single player first to ensure that experience doesn't get diluted by having to split our team and focus in 2 places. And we'll also be getting a networking programmer after Kickstarter to help make a solid multiplayer network system. For question number 4, is SCP-049 going to be in game? Yes, and he has a dope concept that features his cool containment gear, which are the gloves and harness that was issued to him by the Foundation. SCP-049 is also not going to be a hostile enemy for the first time ever, and instead he'll be an NPC that you can interact with, and he'll be able to give you a specific side quest to help him. I'm also happy to say that SCP-049 will also be voiced by none other than Vulgan. But for question number 5, what's the goal of the game? So you're going to be tasked with making your way to the center of the largest research installation in existence in order to recover a classified package that could hold the key to stopping a catastrophic event that has threatened humanity. Alright, that about sums it up for this devlog. Make sure to leave your questions down below and we'll get to them in another video. Some of you are probably wondering what the launch date is for the Kickstarter, and are wondering what happened to the March 12th launch date we originally planned. So we decided to spend a little extra time to polish up the performance of the game to allow it to run on a wider variety of systems, as well as adding a couple extra features, polishing up the AI even further, and adding more animations to the character. However, the current projected launch date for both Kickstarter and the demo will be the first half of next month. However, we do ask for a bit of leeway when it comes to specific times though, since there's going to be a bit of variation between recording and finalizing our Kickstarter video, but we'll keep everybody updated on when exactly both will launch. Now, we have over 900 followers on the Kickstarter page and have got some really cool perks lined up, like plushies. So if you haven't given the page a follow, now's the time to ensure you can get the early bird perks, which are going to be a ton of fun and will also give you a pretty substantial discount on the game, as well as access to our special testing branch that'll have continued updates released onto it, which will allow you to test each chapter immediately as it gets developed. However, with that marks the end of the 5th and potentially final devlog before the Kickstarter launches. We're insanely excited to be able to launch the Kickstarter and demo together, and we also will be sharing some news shortly about the plans to launch on Xbox. So don't forget to subscribe and follow the Kickstarter using the link in the description and pinned comment to get notified when it launches. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next devlog and the Kickstarter video.